What's up, everybody? So this video I'm going to be teaching you guys how to ride a motorcycle. I'm going to be dropping as much value as I can on this video. You may learn a thing or two. If not, I'll try to give you guys something at the end of the video, so make sure you watch all the way through, and we'll get a deal that if you do find something in this video, you find something of value, we make a deal that you subscribe, you like, and share this to somebody who you know is getting on a motorcycle, no prior experience. And before we even get on a motorcycle, right, before we even mount a motorcycle, we'll talk safety first. The bare minimum I would suggest is gloves and helmet. Here in Arizona, the bare minimum equipment to legally operate a motorcycle is sunglasses. Yes, sunglasses. That's it. No helmet, no gloves. The helmet brands I would recommend: Shoei, Arai, AGV, and KYT. The safety certifications I recommend you guys look for is ECE, ECE R22.06, and as well as Snell. If you can find one with Snell rating on it. The only helmet brands I know that has Snell rating is Shoei, Arai, and I think that's it. There may be some other brands out there, but if you guys know of any other brand that has Snell rating, sound off in the comments and let me know. But you want to be looking for a helmet that has ECE approval on it. If it only has DOT approved, don't even look at it. Like I said, don't even look at it. Just forget about it, okay? Snell is the best one you can find. It's the best one you can get. Snell is the best. I recommend this. This is a X15. I recommend this helmet. This helmet is great. It's done. I've had this for a couple months now, and it's great. It's comfy. It's good. Yeah. That one is expensive, by the way. That cost me $1,000. For the gloves, I would recommend one with. I recommend one gauntlet gloves, like these. These are Dainese. Um, what is this again? Druid. These are Dainese Druid gauntlet gloves. This one has, I recommend this one because this one has particular protection on the wrist. So it goes past your wrist. So it actually protects this part of your arms, right? Also, when you're looking for gloves, look for one with palm sliders like this one right here. This one has palm sliders. This one also has pinky sliders. And the third recommendation, or the third thing I would look for, is the one with linked pinky fingers and ring fingers. So when you put it on, it would look like this. It's like Spock from Star Trek. I don't know if you guys are Star Trek fans. I definitely am. But look for one with linked ring finger and pinky finger. Look for pinky sliders, palm sliders, and wrist protection. Armored hoodie. They have armor on the elbows, on the back, on the shoulders, and some of them even have protection on the chest. So that's what you want to be looking for. Obviously, the best option is the the leather jacket. And for pants, for a more budget option, I would recommend NBT clothing, NBT pants. I've worn these for years. They're comfy. I like them because they have cargo pockets. Put your phone in there. Put your phone. Put your keys, your wallet, your chapstick, whatever you want to put on them. Like, they have pockets on the back, pockets in the front. Like, that's what I like about these. And also, for protection's sake, these do come with foam protection. Level 1. This is level 1 protection. So it's more bulky, but it does give you the best protection. And it also has hip foam right here. hip protection, and this is Kevlar lined, so it'll give you, I believe it is 1 to 3 second slide. The best one is you get one of those leather pants. The other protection, gloves, boots. I personally recommend this one. This is the best boots I've ever worn. I had one. It was a Sedici Corsa, whatever the name was, but it was just too freaking stiff. It was too stiff. Couldn't even feel I couldn't feel the brakes. I couldn't feel the shifter. I couldn't feel anything. I couldn't even articulate my ankle. So I switched over to these, and I've been wearing these every time I ride. They're Dainese Torque 3 Out boots. Right, so what you're looking at is a 2013 CBR600rr. It is not a beginner bike. Okay, don't. Here's the other thing, right? You're a beginner rider. Don't get a 600 right off the bat. Or if you already bought a 600, you're scared to ride it, then the 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 decision is done. Okay, the decision has been made, and now you just gotta make sure, you just gotta work it. You just gotta make it work. So I would recommend. Oh yeah, bike recommendations. I'd recommend Ninja 300. I started in a 300. Any 300 bike, for that matter. Ninja 400. Ninja 500, CBR 500, CF Moto 450. So we're gonna start off from left to right like you're reading a book. So on this side is your clutch lever, right? This is what delivers power to your rear wheel. This is your low beam, high beam. This is your turn signals, left, right, and then to cancel it, right? Let's say you're going left, right? You're turning left. To cancel it, you just press it in. Okay, press it in to cancel it. So you're turning right, you press it in to cancel it. This is your horn, ignition. This is your kill switch right here. Right now it's on off. Flip that. Now it's on on. And this is your engine start right here. Just press that. And this is your front brake. Now when you're operating a front brake, not like a light switch. You don't fully press it in, fully let go. No, it is a gradual pressure, not like a light switch. Okay, you don't do this, you don't do that. Gradual pressure. Okay. Now on the left side, this is your left foot peg, and this is your shifter. Now when you're shifting, first is down, the rest is up. Okay, so first down, and then second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. Okay. And when you're downshifting, it's reverse process. Just go down. So coming over to the right side. Oh yeah, I forgot. This is your throttle. And then this would be your right foot peg. This is your rear brakes. Rear brakes are right there. This is how you activate it. Right. Alright, so before you get on the bike, right, I'm gonna show you guys proper mounting, right? When you mount a motorcycle, you always want to mount on the kickstand side. Never want to mount it on this side. If you're short like me, you can make it work. I mean, I have seen other people do it, but it's not recommended. Don't ever mount a bike on the right side. You don't want to mount it on the rear. You definitely don't want to mount it from the front. You're just weird. So you definitely want to mount it from the kickstand side, right? You swing your leg over, and then you're on, right? I'm gonna show you guys that later. But before we even get on the bike, I'm gonna show you guys pre-ride inspections. Okay? And what I like to check for is what I like to check for. I check for my lights, my high beams. My high beams are working. And the other thing I like to check for is the brakes. See if the brakes are working. They should be working. So you're gonna want to check both the front brake and the rear brake. Make sure it's actuating your rear brake light. And the most important thing that I check for is tire pressure. Turn this off. Check for tire pressure. So what you do is you take your right hand, or if you're left-handed, take your left hand. Right, you just put pressure on the tire. Right, put a good amount of pressure on it. Yeah. So that looks good. And then you check the front. Same thing. Just put pressure on it. Yeah. That looks good. And then just for shits and giggles, I check the chain too. Make sure the rings are actually in there. Right. If you guys don't have a stand for your bike, I recommend getting one, at least a rear stand. Never get just the front stand, because if you have just the front stand, the bike tends to be a little more unstable. So just get the rear stand if you can. Ideally you want to have both, that way you can have the bike off the ground. But if you can get one that is a rear stand. That way you can clean your chain a lot easier. And yeah, but what I like to do before I ride, I also do this after I ride, is I check the tires. So I'll put it on a stand and then I rotate the tires, check to see, like, hey, did I run over a screw, did I run over a nail, or anything like that. But that's what I look for. Same thing with the front. I put it on a front stand, I'll rotate the tires, check to see if the tires are looking good and all that. All right, I got my gear on, got my helmet on. All right, now we are ready to be on the bike. When you get on the bike, right, first thing you want to do is you grab both handles, right, left handle, right handle, and then you press the front brake. That way, when you get on the bike, it's most likely going to be on neutral. So when you get on the bike, you're pressing the front brake. That way you don't accidentally roll off, right? You definitely don't want to be getting on the bike while it's moving. It's pretty hard to do that. Grab both handles, press the front brake, and then swing your leg over. Boom. Now we're on the bike. Now your next step is to keep holding the front brake, and then you put the kickstand up. I don't know if you guys can see that, but my kickstand is up. Now you turn on the bike. So ignition on first. Make sure you're in neutral. You see the N? That means I'm in neutral. So to turn the bike on, right, you want the kill switch to be on the run position. You hear the fuel pump prime, but if it's not on the on position, you try to start the bike, it's just gonna do that. We just start the bike. There you go. All right, so just to go over the throttle dead zone one more time, right? So right here, I'm twisting the throttle, nothing is happening. I'm hitting a wall, right? Right about here is the wall, and then I give it more gas. There you go. There you go. That's where the gas starts to take effect, right? So right here, as you can see, I'm twisting it, nothing's happening. I hit a wall. There you go. There you go. So once we start going, what I recommend you guys is to practice taking off that slack, right? you're gonna feel it. You're gonna feel the dead zone. Take off that slack. That way, when you go, there's not that like that 1 second where there's nothing happening, and then all of a sudden you just jolt forward. You don't know what the heck's going on, but you take off that slack every time you try to start to get going. Alright, so let's talk about putting the bike in gear, right? When you put the bike in gear, first thing you're gonna want to do is to press the front brake, right? Press the front brake, pull the clutch in, down a gear, right? Press the front brake, pull the clutch in, step down to put it in first gear. I'm in first gear right now, and as I mentioned earlier, first gear is down, the rest of the gears is going up. So if you find yourself shifting up, that means you're going up a gear. You never want to start in second gear. If you start in second gear, look, I'm gonna go to second gear. I actually can't, no. But if you start in second gear, you're gonna stall. You always wanna make sure you're in first gear. You just step down and you should be in your first. I'm in first right now. So right now, we're not doing anything, we're not going anywhere. We're gonna practice finding the friction zone. So the best way to practice it, right? So every bike is different when it comes to the friction zone. You just got to get used to your bike. So the best rule to find the friction zone is you count to 3, right? So I have the clutch pulled all the way in. So now what you do is you count. As you let go, you count 1001, 1002, 1003. There you go. There's the friction zone. Again, 1001, 1002, 1003. I start moving. 1001, 1002, 1003. So just keep doing that. And I recommend you guys spend, I don't know, 10 to 15 minutes just doing this 1001, 1002, 1003, just so you can get a feel for where your friction zone is. That way it becomes muscle memory. You don't have to count anymore. You don't have to feel, okay, am I in the friction zone, friction zone, friction zone? Oh, there it is. That way it becomes muscle memory. You just spend a couple minutes each day. You don't even gotta go anywhere. You just gotta sit in your garage just doing this right here. You're just rocking back and forth. Find the friction zone and then pull the clutch in. Find the friction zone, pull the clutch in. Find it, pull the clutch in. All you gotta do is this right here. Just rock back and forth. Rock back and forth. Rock back and forth. That's it. Just rock back and forth. There you go. Just spend a couple minutes each day, right? Couple minutes each day just doing this. Back and forth. Yep. Back and forth. Back and forth. Alright, so for the riding portion, right? Remember when I told you about that dead zone? You want to take that slack out before you start going. That way you don't surprise yourself, and you know, you're not gonna roll, you're not gonna flip the bike, but it just so you don't surprise yourself. So for the riding portion, right, this is what we're gonna do. Pull the clutch in, step down to go to first gear. You're gonna hear a clunk. If you don't hear a clunk, you're not in first gear. You should hear a clunk and you should step down. That way you're in first gear. So now I'm in first gear, right? So after you've been practicing finding the friction zone, right? You've been sitting there finding the friction zone, and now it's time to get going, right? So like I said, the throttle, take that slack out. So right there, I took the slack out, and now once you're on the friction zone, right? Once you get on the friction zone, that's where you start to add gas. So friction zone, add gas. That way you don't stall. There you go. Now you're going. Now how the hell do I turn from here? What you do is you look right, is you look where you're turning. So I'm looking where I'm turning, and as you can see, I am turning the bike. That's all I'm doing. All I'm doing is looking where I'm turning, and the bike is turning with me. If you find yourself not turning enough, just look further into the turn. That'll get you going. There you go. See, look at that. I'm not doing anything else. I'm just looking where I'm going. There you go. Yeah. And now we look ahead, and now we're going straight, right? Now the same thing goes when you're going left, right? You just look left and you start going. Yeah, there you go. And again, if you're not turning enough, just look further into the turn. Just look further into the turn. Yeah. Just look further. There you go. I'm almost like 90 degrees just looking left. And see, I'm not doing anything else. I'm not turning the handle. I'm not doing anything. I'm just looking where I'm going, and that's where the bike is going. Yeah. Look at that. There you go. And now we go right. Yeah, there you go. See, I'm just looking where I'm going. That's it. I'm not putting anything else. No body positioning, no nothing. Yeah. See, look at that. Look at that. So from here, you try practicing getting into second gear. So you grab some speed, and then you shift. This is one thing I failed to mention during dry practice. But so you're in first gear, you're trying to shift to second. So you got to grab speed first. Grab speed. And then when you're ready to shift, let go of the throttle. Let go of the throttle. Pull the clutch in. Shift up. Let's put that into practice. Alright. Down is first gear. First gear is down. The rest is up. Alright, so now. Alright. We get going. So you're going. Actually, we're gonna shift going back. Right, you grab some speed, let go of the throttle, pull the clutch in, shift up. Just like that. Now I'm in second gear. Now let's go to third. Same thing. There you go. You look where you're going. Look where you're going. There you go. Now let's do it again. So you grab some speed, let go of the throttle, pull the clutch in, shift. There you go. Now you're in second gear. Now to downshift, right? I'm gonna stay in second. Look left, look where I'm going. The bike goes with me. Now you might be wondering, how do I downshift? Same process. Let go of the throttle, pull the clutch in, downshift. Now I'm in first. There you go. There you go. Now you're in first. Let's recap what the hell we just did, right? So shifting up, right? So we're coming from a stop. You're coming from a stop, right? You're trying to get the bike going, right? So you pull the clutch in, and then you press down to go into first gear. Press down. I cannot emphasize this enough. I see new riders shifting up from a stop. You're going into second gear. You're gonna stall. Do not do that. So when you're trying to get the bike going, pull the clutch in, press down to go to first gear, and then you do 1001, 1002, 1003. You get going, you get the friction zone, and then once you start to get going, you add throttle, and then you start going, right? So shifting again. Let's go through it again. When you're shifting up, you cut off the power, pull the clutch in, shift up. When you're downshifting, same exact process. Cut off the power, pull the clutch in. This time, instead of going up, you're going down. Same exact process. So, all right. Now we get into the riding portion. Now, I'll show you guys how to ride in traffic. Alright, now we're in the riding portion. I'll teach you guys how to ride in traffic. Now, as a new rider, you might be scared to ride in traffic, and that's okay. That's okay. But eventually, you will need, eventually, you're gonna have to ride in traffic. There's really no way around it but through it, you know. Trial by fire, you just gotta do it. You know, there's no way around it. And there is a way to ease, you know, like the nerves when you're riding in traffic. That's when you ride with a friend, right? And if you guys don't have a friend to ride with, hit me up. If you're in Arizona, you gotta be local though, okay? If you're in Arizona, you don't have a friend to ride with, hit me up. We'll go for a ride, you know. And I'm always down for a ride. I haven't been riding in 2 weeks, so this lesson is actually a good thing for me also, because, you know, I haven't been riding in 2 weeks, so I'm just trying to get the rust off, trying to get all that dust off, you know, trying to re-familiarize myself with the motorcycle itself. So this is a good value for you as well as it is for me. One of the things I want to go through first is lane positioning. So if you look on the road, there's multiple lanes, right? There's 1, 2, and 3. But us motorcycles, since we are a small vehicle, we actually have 3 positions. So right now, what I'm on the first position. If I go in the middle, this is the second position. When I go in the third, right, the furthest right, this is the third position. My recommendation is you always ride in position 1. That way drivers can see you better and all that. Ideally, you wanna avoid going in the middle, because this is where all the oils, water, and all that dust, all that dirt, this is where it collects. But the only time I would recommend you riding in position 3 is if you're in a group ride. You have to ride in position. One of you is gonna have to ride in position 3, because when you're in a group ride, you're always in a staggered formation. So one person in position 1, one person in position 3, one person in position 1, so on and so forth. It's a stagger. But I always recommend you guys to be on position 1 all the time. Avoid the position 2. When you're riding, right, you're on a motorcycle, and when you make turns on a motorcycle, you're not actually turning the handlebars. You're doing something called a counter steer. So I'm on the furthest right position, right? I want to go over to the left. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my left hand and I'm gonna push on my left handlebar. I'm gonna push forward, right? I'm gonna push forward. I'm not doing anything else. I'm not doing any weird body positioning. I'm not doing any weird witchcraft or anything like that. But I'm just literally pushing my left handlebar forward. That's all I'm doing. That's all I'm doing. So I'm gonna do the same thing to the right. I want to go on the right, the position 3. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna push forward. I'm gonna push forward with my right hand. There you go. There you go. That's counter steering. You turn the handlebar right if you want to go left. You turn the handlebar left if you want to go right. Because like I said, when you're turning on a motorcycle, you're not actually turning the handlebars. I'm trying to turn the handlebars right now, and I can't. Like I'm really trying to turn it. And what happens is counter steering takes effect. Like I'm gonna turn the handlebar to the right, right? I want to go in the right. I want to turn the handlebar to the right. I end up going left. I want to go to the left. Turn the handlebar to the left. I end up going right. See, that's counter steering. That's how you turn on a motorcycle. You're not actually turning the handlebar. The only time you're turning the handlebar to make turns is if you're going slow, like slow speed maneuvers. We're getting into some traffic, right? You want to have as much cushion between you and the car in front of you. As much cushion as possible. We're actually gonna make a turn here, so signal to the right, slow down, make sure it's clear, right? You look where you're going. Look where you're going. There you go. Look where you're going. Alright, now we're gonna talk about lane changes. So when you lane change, right, you want to signal where you want to go. So right here, I want to go left. You signal left, and then you look left, right? You look where you're going, right? And then you change lanes. There you go. You want to make sure the lane that you're changing into is clear. So now I'm back in position 1, right? Let's say I want to go to the right. So signal to the right, look right, it's clear. Alright, there you go. You guys want to get comfortable operating the turn signal as well as looking left, looking right when you make lane changes. So now when I go back to the left lane, signal to the left, I look left, it's clear. There you go, you change lanes. It's gonna feel a little scary at first, looking, but the more you ride, the more you get comfortable with it, and really it's recommended that you look. You don't want to trust your mirrors all the time. Alright, stay in position 1. Grab as much cushion between you and the driver, between you and the vehicle in front of you. You definitely don't want to be too close to the vehicle in front of you, because if anything happens, you don't have as much time to react. Alright, body positioning. Let's talk about that for a second. So when you're on a bike, right, especially if you're on a sport bike like me, when you ride a sport bike, you're gonna be leaned over. You have a high seat with low clip-ons, right? So you're gonna be leaned over, and once you've been riding for a while, you're gonna notice that your back is starting to hurt. Your wrist is also going numb and all that. So to prevent that, what you want to do is you want to grab the tank with your legs. You want to hug the tank with your legs, just keeping yourself on the bike. Like right here, I don't feel any pressure on my wrists because I'm hugging the tank with my legs. That's all I'm doing, just hugging the tank with my legs. I don't feel any pressure on my wrist at all. And the second thing is how you grab, oh wow, is how you grab the handlebars. You want to grab it like a screwdriver, or you're holding an ice cream cone. You don't want to death grip it. Definitely don't want to death grip it. That's how you get death wobble. Don't do that. You want to grab it like you're holding an ice cream cone or a screwdriver. So it should look like that. Same thing with your throttle hand. Grab it like you're holding a screwdriver or an ice cream cone. Alright, that'll do it for this video, guys. Thank you for watching. If you watched it all the way through, hopefully you got something out of it, and if you didn't get something out of it, I want to at least leave you guys with something. So there's this quote that's been going through my head lately, and it is, I don't know who I got it from, but the quote goes, the best way to master something is to teach it. And this is kind of half the reason why I'm doing this video, is, you know, is to master the fundamentals and also to teach you guys something, right? Yeah, so I'm just starting a YouTube channel, and I'm not entirely sure what to do with it yet. So I'm just doing what I can, just sharing what I know. You know, there are things I know that you don't, and there are things you know that I don't. So I'm kind of just doing like a knowledge transfer, just helping out the new bloods, the new riders out there. You know, teaching them how to ride and all that. This is my first time teaching anything, so yes, it's gonna show. I'm pretty sure I missed some stuff, but you know, we'll just go forward from here. You know, like there's no way to go but up, right? So we'll definitely improve. If you guys like this kind of video, knowledge transfer videos, you know, where I teach you guys something, let me know. But if not, then I'll continue doing whatever it is. Yeah, if you guys want to see more of this kind of videos, just sound off in the comments, let me know. I definitely want to do more of these kinds of videos, just to get myself out there and just share to you guys what I know. I'd like to be a mentor or a teacher to at least one of you guys, and if I can do that, my job is done. You know, that's my goal, is to be a mentor to you guys. The biggest reason why I'm doing this video is because I have seen a lot of content on how to ride a motorcycle, right? I've seen a lot of content on how to ride a motorcycle, especially when I was starting off as a new rider. Like, I was digesting a lot of content on how to ride a motorcycle, and some of the things that I taught in this video was not mentioned in those videos. So I'm kind of like taking what I learned from them, applying it to here, as well as applying what I've learned and what I think should have been added on this video.